Hey team, it's Big V here and we're talking teams. I'm Verl Workman and we're going to talk today about part 3 of a business planning strategy. Every business is either accidentally created or what? Intentionally created. And today we're talking about intentional creation. In this video, I'm going to talk about a concept that is probably different than any business planning concept you've ever heard of. I'm going to use a story. How many of you have ever watched Robin Hood? Do you have a favorite Robin Hood? For those of you with little kids, it'll be Little John and Robin Hood running through the forest. It's the cartoon version. For those of you that have been around for a while, it might be Kevin Costner's Robin Hood Men in Tights. And then there's the Errol Flynn one from a long time ago. What's your favorite Robin Hood? Well, whatever that is, I want you to think about this. Robin Hood, the story, goes something like this. So Robin Hood decides he's going to be a vigilante. He's going to rob from the rich and give to the poor. And the wicked sheriff of Nottingham decides he wants to catch Robin Hood. And he knows the only way to catch him is to put on a contest. It's an archery contest. And so what he does is he lets the world know there's going to be a contest because he knows that Robin Hood won't be able to resist the prize money that happens at the archery contest. And so Robin Hood puts on his disguise and he comes out to the archery contest. And of course, the sheriff brings his greatest archer in to compete. And they get to the very finals and Robin in disguise comes up and the archer goes back and he pulls back his bow and he fires it off. And what does he do? He hits right in the middle of the bullseye. Anybody want to guess what happens next? Robin Hood gets up and just like you're thinking, he gets up there and he pulls back because he's so competitive, he can't afford not to win. And he splits the arrow. And then everybody knows that must be Robin Hood because no other archer is that great in the land. Let me ask you a question. If Robin Hood would have showed up to the competition and he only had one arrow, what would be his chance of winning? Oftentimes in business, we create business plans where we have one specific thing or one arrow that we shoot to hit our goal. And then when we fall short or we don't hit our goal, we go, oh darn it, I have to try harder. I'd like to give you a concept today where you show up with a quiver full of arrows. And when one doesn't hit, it doesn't matter because you can just reach into your quiver and fire off another arrow. I call it my 4 pillars concept. And it doesn't matter if you're in real estate or if you're a professional speaker or if you're building a sales organization, whatever it is you do, if you understand this 4 pillars concept, you're going to double, triple, and sometimes even quadruple your income goal. So I'm going to break it down as simple as this. First of all, we call it 4 pillars. And just like you're thinking, I want you to say, let's just use income goal of $100,000. I don't care if it's $1 million or $200,000 or whatever your goal is. If $100,000 your goal, I want you to set 4 pillars. Now, what most people think is when they build their 4 pillars, it looks like this. Those are 4 equal proportion, perfectly drawn pillars. You can tell that I didn't graduate in art. So there's my 4 pillars of income. When most people set a goal, what they do is they put 25% of their revenue in each one of these 4 pillars. I'm going to say that's a bad idea. Yep. I know, you're thinking, well, what do you mean? What are you going to do instead? If you're going to determine that this is a pillar, you have to show me how each one of your pillars will hit 100% of your goal. So let me give you an example. So if your target here is to make $100,000, I'm going to call this one SOI. That's your sphere of influence, your database, your social media, your relationships, the people you know, your top 50. And so when you build your plan to generate $100,000, it's only 10 transactions at 10K that'll get you to $100,000. And so what is it that you're going to do that will guarantee that you hit $100,000 out of this pillar, working your sphere? Then we do a second one. This one could be open houses. How many open houses do you need to go on in order to generate enough leads to close 10 transactions? And we're going to work that as if it's our only pillar. What's your third one going to be? It could be new construction. It could be FSBOs or expired listings. It doesn't matter to me what your 4 pillars are. Go back to your SWOT analysis, look at the strengths, and you look at the opportunities, and in your opportunities list, it should be what are the things that you can use your strengths for to generate 100% of your income goal. And then you determine each of your 4 pillars. Let me ask you all a question. What do you think is going to happen if you build an action plan worksheet on each one of the 4 pillars and you work each one of them as if it's the only thing you're going to do? Here's what I've known, and here's what I've experienced. That you're going to hit 70% of your goal in this pillar. You're going to hit 90% of your goal in this pillar. You're going to hit 30% of your goal in this pillar, and you're going to hit 75% in this pillar, and you're going to end up making $320,000 instead of $100,000. When you set your goals and you break them down into the 4 pillars of income, and you work each pillar as if it's the only thing you're going to do, you're going to be like Robin Hood showing up at competition with a quiver full of arrows. And when one isn't working, it's not a problem. You pull another one out and you go after it, because we never, ever, ever allow our business to be focused on one pillar. I love some of the speakers and the coaches out there that tell you should build a business based on referrals only, because they do that one pillar really well. What we do at Workman that's so unique is we help you develop 4 pillars of income that you get to choose, and then we quadruple your goal. Imagine if you did that every year for a couple of years. You go from 100 to 250 to 500 to $1 million in just 3 years in year-over-year growth. We have so many clients that understand, that practice the 4-pillar concept. It's predictable greatness when you hedge your bet, when you have more than one way of accomplishing your goal. So my challenge to each one of you as we wrap up this business plan series is to download each of the portions of the business plan from videos 1, video 2, and today video 3, where we talk about the 4 pillars, and then combine them all together in one big business plan. And I'm going to ask you to fill it out completely. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to review it once a quarter with your coach, with your Workman Success coach. And as you go through your coaching evaluation of whether or not you're on target to hit your goals, it's okay when you're not, because they will just help you make course corrections to put you back where you need to be. Doesn't matter where you are in your year or where you are in your career. If you take the time to be strategic about your business plan, you work on the 4 pillars, we eliminate your excuses for failure, we can accomplish great things together. I look forward to your success, and I can't wait to see your 4 pillars of income.